Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning in as always. Thanks for all your ongoing support, likes, subscribes, shares, comments, discussions, hints, tips and tricks, all massively appreciated. Right, today as you can see, totally impromptu, we have a absolutely howling, filthy, dirty vehicle with a rather sad looking front tyre. Yes, she's got a puncture, hence why the vehicle's landlocked today, which is great for me, means I get to wash it. I had been saving this for the Yuletide customary filthy dirty vehicle wash. However, Mrs. is using the Forester. Lucky I haven't spent 2 months getting that absolutely perfamundo, rolling around the floor making it perfamundo, not even really dailied it myself. Anyway, we are where we are, so that means the Fabia will be out and about during the day. Foz is getting used at lunchtime. I need the Fabia to go and pick up my daughter, so both vehicles are going to go out and collect loads and loads of dirt. Winner chicken dinner means I've got loads of stuff to clean at the weekend. But today we're digging into this, so let's have a quick look at the products. We're going 200ml of new touchless in the MJJC, 800ml of water, 200ml of product. We have got 1 to 10 citrus pre-wash, garage therapy for no particular reason. I don't have any. I've tried Infinity Wax, Auto Bright Direct, garage therapy, all pretty much the same. I will say garage therapy one is particularly lively. Anyway, we've got 125ml of product in 1250ml of water in the IK sprayer. We've got, just mixing it up today just for clarity, Auto Bright Direct Just Wheels, 20ml in the wheel cleaning bucket. We have got 20ml of Garage Therapy 1 car shampoo in the contact media bucket. I'm also going to put 20ml in the foam cannon just to see what it delivers like. No reason why not. And then to finish, just because I've got this lovely little bottle that goes on and on and on forever, get 25 protection coats out of this little pot. So 10ml in 250ml of fresh water at the end for the last stage protection. So I'm going to do the wheels with, going to apply citrus, a little splash of touchless, and then dig in with the Auto Bright Direct Just Wheels. So as you can see, the car is utterly howling. Perfect, absolutely perfect. So a great opportunity for, look at it. Eesh. So we'll get in for some close-up foam application, citrus, foam. We'll have a good look at that. We'll let it have a good sit. We'll time-lapse the dwell or speed up the dwell. Let it have proper 5 minutes or 7.5 minutes hopefully. And then we'll come in close for the pressure wash. So yeah, plenty of dirt. Sorry about the vehicle's location. As I say, I pumped up the tyre enough so I could move it without damaging the rim. And since during that time, it has gone down. So we are where we are. Anyway, so for today, something I don't normally do, citrus for the lowers. We're doing citrus for the wheels, but we're also going to do citrus for the lowers, layered up with touchless, and see how that gets on. That should be all good stuff. Right, let's get you down and we'll get a wheel, get stuck into a wheel. We should do the dirtiest one, so we'll do driver's side, front, back in a mo. So as per standard tradition, we'll get one done on cam and then I'll get the others done to the same standard off cam. So we'll get a little bit of citrus pre up the arches and over the plastics, and then a solid douse on the wheels and in the barrels, etc, etc. As you can see, it's coming out quite lively. So we'll let that have a very short think. We'll do a small amount of lubrication on top. Like so. And then we'll just get in for a little tickle and see how we're getting on. Plenty of dirt to play with, plenty good times. Well, that is a solid amount of grime. Let's just get round the rim once. So yeah, once I've finished, I'm gonna get some air in the tyre again and then move the vehicle to somewhere it can be, because I like to film here, so somewhere it can stay for the weekend. And then I'm gonna get the jack under her, get the wheel off, wait for the garage to text with an ETA on when they can get me a tyre, and then the wheel will be going in the FOS, and hopefully tomorrow I'll be going to get a new tyre and then refitting. Right. Well, that is a winning combination. So we'll hit that, and as I say, we'll get the others cleaned to the same standard off cam, and then I'll be back and we'll start getting some citrus on. Well, considering that's the dirtiest wheel, typically, that is an absolute winner. Super job. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Camera's been running 4 minutes, so it's 4 minutes per wheel, 16 minutes, buzz round, bosh, 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 job done. Anyway, back in a mo and we'll start buzzing some citrus on. See you in a mo. Right, let's get the vehicle fully coated with citrus pre-wash. Lovely, just what you need. Nice and lively. Definitely want to make sure we've got enough for the lowers. We've got plenty. The lowers and the dirtiest sections. Might as well start at the top, let gravity do its job. Nice, nice. Right, let's pop you on the tripod. Get that round. I did consider, for vanity, pumping up the tyre. It will stay up for about an hour. However, this is one of those vehicles that doesn't have a permanent live 12-volt socket. And I thought, you know what? It is what it is. It's real life. It is real life. We are where we are. The world keeps spinning. Every cloud has a silver lining. That's what I thought today. You know, I hadn't planned this, but we are where we are. And do you know what? It would be remiss of me not to hit one panel to see how we get on with just citrus, and then we can see how the others fare with citrus and touchless. Let's get you zoomed in a bit. Let's have a look at this. We'll do just this panel. Well, that is not 3 bad, is it? Not too bad at all. So that section, just citrus. Let's have a little, yeah. Considering the amount of clag that's on it, I don't think that's too sad. Really? You can see my finger mark. Not bad at all. Right, start getting the foam on. Right, we'll get a layer of foam on and then give this a good solid dwell time, and then we'll see how we're looking. And we are coating everything, arches, the lot. Great consistency, just what we've come to expect. Make sure we don't rinse any of that by accident. And let's pull you in. Right, that has had plenty of time. So let's get into copious amounts of rinsing, starting here. What we like. Whoa, look at that. That is what we like, just carving it off. Look at that. Happy days, happy days. So you can see clearly where I didn't hit. This bit was citrus pre only. This has had citrus pre and touchless. So let's see how it gets on with that dirt. Vaporized. Happy times. Going to take a good scrubbing to get them clean, that's for sure. Right, let's have a look at the boot. That was bad. Highly satisfying, highly satisfying. Right, let's find some more horrificness. You know where we're going. Right, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Oh, look at the colour of it. Happy days are here to stay. Right, let's get that thoroughly rinsed off cam, and then I'll show you where we got to with zero contact and just two wonderful products. And then we'll have a look at what the garage therapy delivers like in the foam cannon, only 20mm of, and we'll see what it's like in the bucket, only 20mm of. Right, back in a mo. Right, so this is where we finished up. Not too bad at all, really, all things considered, given how filthy the vehicle was. So, it's done a good job. Probably spent a little bit more time pressure washing than I normally would, just so that I could make sure I'd pressure washed every last inch of the vehicle. So it's looking all right. It's looking all right. Ready for her to bucket. Right. So we've got roughly 20ml garage therapy shampoo in the MJJC, and we have got 20ml in the wash bucket. I activated this approximately 6 minutes ago and then replaced the lid. So that's doing good. And the reason I say approximately 20ml in the cannon is because it is so thick. When I put it in the little measuring flask, probably 8mm or so just got stuck on the inner side walls of the measuring flask. Therefore, to try and sort of estimate just a little additional glug to try and bridge the gap of what was missed. Right, so let's see what this is like. Just 20 mil in 500 mil of water. It's all right, isn't it? That is all right. So it gets a second bite of the cherry on the wheels as per standard practice, a second bite of the cherry up the arches as per standard practice, and we have a nice coating of additional lava, suds, lubrication on the entire vehicle. Not going to need rinseless in the rinse bucket today. That's all right. Right, let's just quickly buzz around, get this side on cam thoroughly coated. Just for a little bit of additional lubrication. That's all right. 20 mil. Wowzers. Not sure I've ever tried that before. Really impressed though. Really impressed. Just foamed up a little bit in the bottom of the MJJC, but no real drama. Right, let's just move in a bit closer. We'll get a section done, get my standard views and thoughts on the product, and then I will hustle round and get this all finalised. Right, without further ado, yippee! Well, that's what we want, isn't it? Nice. Obviously she's getting rinsed in case there is any crud on the windscreen, which is very likely. Oh yeah, that is nice and sudsy, and we're not seeing much residual dirt, which is of course what we're after. This is getting a bit old now. I'm going to get a new one, but you know, it's still soft. I clean it all the time. We're not seeing any dirt accumulation in there, so that's going in the rinse bucket. We'll get a good douse of suds. Whew, that water's like ice. So we'll do half of the door with one side starting to see a little bit of dirt in the weave, which you'd expect. So on that lower, we'll just do one push. There is still plenty of dirt. So a good dunk in the rinse bucket. Might have to go and get some gloves on. Holy smoke. Right, so that's the bit we just done. So we'll have a push on there, and that is absolutely cessed. And then we'll have a push on the plastic, and that is pretty cessed. My mitts are freezing. Right, one more. And then I'll get that all done off cam. Yowzers. That sucks. So we'll just go that far. No dirt from the uppers, as you would expect. Good dunk in the solution. Back over the bit I can see I've been. And then that bit. And that is enough. It's pretty clean actually. Give that a dunk. Grab your gear. Get that bit. Yep, plenty dirty. And then that bit. And that is done. And as you would expect, that is howling. So that's going in the rinse bucket. I'm going to pause the camera. I'm going to bust all round that. Get it all cleaned to the max. and then rinsed, and then we'll get into getting on the Infinity Wax boost. See you in a moment. Right, we have precisely 10 mil of Infinity Wax Synergy Boost in the MJJC in a little over 300 mil of water. Cannon set to max. Little shake. Get this all over the vehicle, and in the time it takes me to get the camera down, we'll have a little look. I'll get the camera over and we'll have a look at the renewed water behaviour. There we go. So I'll get it all over the vehicle. Standard process. It's like Polar Seal. So we'll just ensure that we've got total coverage. And then we'll come in and have a look at that. Make sure we've got the roof and the boot. And that is that. Easy as pie. And as I say, the time it takes to grab the cam, we'll wander over and then start distributing accordingly. Bonnet first, I believe, as per standard practice. So from humble beginnings, we are now mildly protected. Oh, it's well nice gear, really. Well nice gear. Only drawback, it's a quid. Every protection is a quid. And that's that. Right, let's get that fully rinsed and dried, and I'll be back for the wrap up, show you what the vehicle looks like, and then I'll sign out back in a mo. That's all she's getting. So I'd forgotten just how great the Infinity Wax Synergy Boost makes the drying process. Absolutely wonderful. Lovely jubbly, really, really easy. I'm not going nuts. Vehicle's now going to be moved back over where Foz is parked in disgrace. She's then getting jacked up and get an axle stand under the front wheel. I'll put that wheel in the boot of the Forester in readiness to go and get a tyre, hopefully tomorrow. The car's running because I've had the pump running. So before I start the car, I'm one of these people, old school, I get this from my dad, but I'd never cane the electrics without the vehicle running. Old school. Just make sure we got this bit. Nice. Yeah, so all good. Yeah, so like I say, just had it running while I was getting the electric pump on. But yeah, so end results good. Fun time was had by all, as always. This was a unscheduled, unplanned S-Cross wash. Like I say, I've been saving the filthy, dirty wash for the Yuletide period. But where are we? What's the date today? 19th. Oh, there's loads of time. There'll be plenty more time for a few more car washes. I had some other things planned. Got a little bit of maintenance to do on the Fab. I was going to do some hub restoration on the Foz because I realised it was a bit grotty. Didn't present that well when I was doing the front wheel arch cleanse. So I've got some Angel Wax Alchemy, I believe, metal polish, and some really fine wire wool. So I'm just going to work that in, wipe it all down, see where we can get to with that, and then probably, you know, copper slip or grease on the back of the hubs, just to prevent any dirt, rust build up on the inside of the wheels or the outside of the hubs. So that'll be nice, and loads of other things. There's a little Christmas surprise coming, and I've got some new shampoo to try based around the discussions from last week, talking about what shampoos were sudsy. So we've got those to look at. So yeah, all good times. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that one as always. If you're enjoying the content, please consider hitting that subscribe button. That'd be really, really helpful for the channel. You'd be amazed how many people watch but aren't subscribed. So if you could, that'd be great. And if also consider watching another one of my videos, of which there is loads. Apologies, the current button is that getting me. Where are we? 10 AM. Happy days, winning. Anyway, thank you for tuning in as always. Take very, very good care of yourselves, and I will see you again very, very soon. All the very best. Take care.